Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you on Tuesday, the hottest day of the year here in the UK, and it is cooking. But enough about the weather. I'm sure you've all heard an awful lot about that in the last 48 hours or so. As usual, apologies in this video. My neighbour's having his house done. You've all heard it all before, but they're doing it. They've now moved on to the bedroom, which is just literally right there, and I can hear it all going off in there. So if you hear banging and everything like that, and apologies, but it's either don't do the video or do one and put up with it. So I thought I'd do one because we've got quite a bit to talk about today, haven't we? Including a very, fingers crossed, imminent Arsenal transfer with Oleksandr Zinchenko now closing in on a move to the Gunners, which, as you've probably known if you watched one of my videos before in the last couple of days, is a transfer I'm pretty excited about because I think it's going to be a really, really good deal for Arsenal. Now, it's not done yet, so we can't quite celebrate it just yet, but we are edging closer now. Obviously, City and Arsenal have been talks in a while. They have now agreed on the fee, which is going to be around £30 million plus a few add-ons. Player as well, in principle, has agreed all his personal terms and all that, but we've got to still go through all the logistics of medical, everything like that, getting the contracts actually properly signed, and until that's all done, you can't, anything can happen. Someone can change their mind, transfers, you can never say it's done until it is actually signed and the player's up there holding his Arsenal shirt. But we are edging towards successful conclusion to these talks. Now, I think what's going to be interesting next few days is exactly what Arsenal do, how Arsenal get this medical done, because Zinchenko is in America at the moment with Manchester City. Arsenal are in America at the moment, in Orlando, for their next couple of games of their tour. Usually, obviously, the player would move to, would be taken over. I'm just going to shut my WhatsApp down because I forgot to close it and it's going to be pinging away. The player would go over to Arsenal, go to Sopwell House, go to the training ground, go to the medical facility around London Colney, get all the medical done there. But it kind of makes sense if it's possible to just do it in the States now. And I was talking to someone yesterday who said that Arsenal are hoping that if all goes smoothly, he could join up the squad in the States before they come back from their tour. And they've got the game on Thursday night. Then I think it's Sunday is the last game against Chelsea. So there is still time to get him as part of the group and potentially even feature, because he's been training with Man City, so he's going to be fit. It's just a case of getting these sort of logistics done. They're getting the medical. So that's where we're at the moment, is the club trying to work out exactly what's going to happen. Does he have to go back to England to get it all done and then potentially fly back out, which is obviously something they'd kind of like to avoid if possible, because it just seems a bit stupid sending someone all the way back to England and then coming back out to the States? Or can they get it all done? Are they happy with the facilities and everyone who's on board to get the medical done in the States, and then he could just immediately join up with the team in Orlando? So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that in the next sort of maybe 24 hours or so. But yeah, Arsenal are very, very close now to getting Zinchenko over the line. And as I said, I think it's a fantastic deal. Let me know what you guys think. Are you happy with this one? If it does happen, how happy will you be with this signing? For me personally, I think it's great. It provides that real top quality left back cover for Kieran Tierney that Nuno Tavares unfortunately just wasn't able to provide after that bright start last season. This, if it goes through, you would think it's going to allow Tavares to go out on loan. There's plenty of clubs interested in him. I think that will be good for Tavares. It's going to certainly keep Kieran Tierney on his toes. Because it tends to be when it comes to Tierney, he does get injured, you've got someone who can come in and can do the job really, really well. But more importantly, I think you've also got this midfield option, which I haven't been told this for sure, and I know it's kind of doing rounds, is that Arsenal see him more as midfielder. Now, I can't say that for certain if that is the case, but it certainly feels like it could be the case. And he plays in that position where Arsenal kind of need fill-in in that left-sided number 8 role. He played it really well for Ukraine. I was so impressed with him during the summer in Ukraine's games, because before that I was a little bit sceptical about it. I kind of still in my head just viewed him as a left-back. But after watching those games and how he performed, absolute top-quality performance, especially the game against Scotland, he was unreal in that playoff match. And you just think, he absolutely fits a bill to play as that left-sided 8 alongside potentially Martin Odegaard, with Thomas Partey just behind. He's great on the ball. His quality, his technique, eye for a pass, just seems to come alive in those more central attacking areas where he can drift across to the left and link up. He's got real leadership qualities about him as well. I'm a big fan of Zinchenko. I think it'd be a fabulous signing. I really do. And hopefully it's one that Arsenal can get done in the next 24, 40 hours or so. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, until it's signed, until he's standing there holding his shirt, it's the old cliche, but you can't rule anything out when it comes to transfers. Anything can happen. But hopefully Arsenal are closing in on another summer signing. Let me know, as I've said, what you guys think of this one. How excited are you about Zinchenko joining Mikel Arteta's new squad now, because it is certainly taking shape. This is what Mikel had to say over in Orlando when he was asked about transfers. He said, "We're in the market to keep improving the squad, but there are so many parties involved and sometimes things don't happen as quickly as you want." As Arsenal fans, I think we all know about that. He was then asked specifically about Zinchenko. He said, "There is no update with anybody, and when there are updates with anybody, we will let you know. We're looking at different options in different positions, and we'll give you an update when we have one." So Mikel, as usual, refusing to talk about any sort of specific players, and basically refusing to talk about transfers because he never talks about transfers. He was then asked again about the sort of the players coming back who'd been out on loan last season, your Torreiras, your Marys, Maitland-Niles, all those sort of players, and whether they've still got a chance to kind of come back in and stake a claim for this season. He said every player that is contracted by the club is treated in the same way. Everybody has said from day one they have a clean sheet to start to build what they want to build at this football club. Then we have to make decisions in relation to their needs and the level that they've shown. So basically saying everyone's got a clean slate in pre-season. If you impress, you can stick about. If you don't, we're going to get rid of you. I still think personally they'll probably try and get rid of all of them, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. The new away kit, a little bit of news on that. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Red Action have tweeted about it, and it's brilliant, that kit. I bought it. I have to say, I bought it yesterday. I couldn't resist. It's just such a nice kit. And yeah, apparently it did over £1 million in sales yesterday, which is a first day record for Arsenal, way above any other new kit, that's according to Red Action, which is quite impressive when you think of the kits, certainly the Adidas kits recently, and how popular they've been and how sort of viral they've gone on the internet. For that kit yesterday, the away kit, to smash all records is quite impressive. And I was one of the people putting my money down, I have to admit. I just couldn't resist. I'm going to have to buy it for my son as well because he wants it. Expensive, man. Really, really expensive. Team news ahead of Arsenal's next game in America. They play Orlando City on Wednesday night US time, Thursday morning, 12:30 a.m. so just after midnight kickoff UK time. They play Orlando City. So team news of that. The good news is Ben White is back in training. He missed the game against Everton at the weekend, but he is back in training now, so you think he'll probably be involved one way or the other against Orlando City, but still no sign in training of Tomiyasu, Vieira, Tierney as well, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully they'll be back sooner rather than later, especially Vieira. You really want to see Vieira. You don't, as a new signing, you want to come in and have a proper pre-season and get yourself up and running. So to miss basically a massive chunk of it, it's going to be really disappointing, even though he is at least over there. So he is getting to know his teammates and all that. You still want to see him on the pitch sooner rather than later. So hopefully, if he can't make it, which looks very, very unlikely that he'd be involved against Orlando, hopefully he might be able to come back and at least get some sort of game time in the final game against Chelsea. If not that, then certainly against Sevilla in the Emirates Cup, because it just feels like he needs to start playing a little bit. If not, he's going to be very, very short, you would think, going into the new Premier League season. Okay, a little bit of talk about the captaincy now. I thought there was really interesting comments from Mikel Arteta. He's been speaking over in the States about captaincy. There's a big decision to make for him, one that you would certainly think, or I would certainly think that he's already taken, even though he's not letting on yet, about who is going to be Arsenal's next captain. Last season it started with Aubameyang. Obviously the situation happened, he left, so then Lacazette took it on for the second half of the season. Lacazette's now gone, so there is now, the armband's up for grabs. Arsenal's club captaincy is up for grabs. Who is it going to be? I've said before, I think it's going to be Odegaard, but until it's confirmed by Mikel Arteta, we can't sort of guarantee that right now. But Mikel has been speaking about it and the importance of the captaincy, and this is what he had to say. He said, it's been a topic that has been discussed a lot, especially externally, and that didn't help. Obviously, it's not been very consistent and with a lot of behavioural problems within those groups. That is something we want to resolve, do it naturally, and bring a really strong leadership with the team. For me, the most important thing is that the other people, whether it's coaches, staff members or players, when you talk to them, that they listen to you. You don't have to be talking all the time. The most important quality you have is to be able to transmit your thoughts and ideas in a powerful way, so you're able to inspire people and get behind you. So those him talking about what sort of attributes he believes he needs in a captain. And again, those, you sort of listen to those and it just, Martin Odegaard stands out for me on that. I know Kieran Tierney's certainly another person who'd be in the running for it. He was getting the armband quite a bit last season when it was available, before he got his injury. But I think that bit when he says, for me, the most important thing is that other people, whether it's coaches, staff members, players, when they talk, they listen to you. And I think that's the thing with Odegaard. Everyone does listen to Odegaard. Everyone respects him. I've said it before. When Arteta has messages on the pitch that he wants to get across, it's always Martin Odegaard who comes across to talk to Arteta. Arteta always calls him over. He's the player he goes to. He seems to be the player on the pitch that he goes to. There are other leaders in this group, no doubt about it. I know Granit Xhaka might have his faults, and a lot of you don't like Granit Xhaka, but there's no doubt about it. On the pitch, he's an absolute leader. The players all respect him, all look up to him, and on the pitch, he absolutely leads. He does it for Switzerland. He does it very, very well. But we know that Granit Xhaka is not going to be Arsenal captain. It's just not going to happen after what happened last time. Like I said, Tierney again, I think is a leader on the pitch as well, certainly by his performances and the way he handles himself. But I just think in terms of the way Arteta thinks and his sort of the level he's at and everything, it just, Odegaard and him just seem to be a very good fit. And I thought those comments there, I immediately read those comments and I thought of Martin Odegaard, and that's why I think he's probably going to get the nod. It'll be interesting when Arteta's going to announce it. Is he going to do it before the Emirates Cup? Is he going to wait until just before the Crystal Palace game to announce it? We'll have to wait and see. I've seen Bellerin's had the armband while they've been over in the States, and Bellerin's another guy who's a definite leader, is respected by everyone, but at the end of the day, I don't think Hector Bellerin's going to be an Arsenal player by the end of the transfer window. So I can't imagine he's going to be in the running for it unless he stays. And even if he stays, he's not going to play. He's not going to play much. He's not going to be captain. And then Mikel was actually asked specifically about Odegaard being captain. This is what he said. He said, Martin has a lot of qualities that we want as a captain. One of them is that he thinks about the team before himself. He had a period at the start when he wasn't always playing. But he was first in training and the last to leave. Always asking the right questions about why he wasn't playing, what he had to do. He's always listening. He's always helping his teammates. His attitude has been absolutely phenomenal. And that's, again, I just think you listen to what Arteta says about him. For me, I just feel like he's going to be his man with the armband, because the way he portrays himself, the way he handles himself, the way he is when he talks to the team, how respected he is. He's obviously Norway international captain as well, so it's not like he's never done the job before. He's captain of his country at such a young age. He's been in football for so long, even though he's still relatively young. Just feels to me like he's going to be the man. But let me know what you guys think. Who would you want to see as Arsenal captain when Mikel does make it? Would it be Odegaard? Would it be Tierney? Would it be someone else? Should it be Granit Xhaka? Let me know, as always, what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, so that's about it. Like I said, Arsenal back in action on Thursday morning. So there'll be another day's training today in Orlando. We'll wait and see what happens with Zinchenko, if Arsenal can get this done. If he does join up with the squad, please do keep checking my social media for all the latest news. If something happens, I'll put it out there. Obviously, it'll be on goal.com as well. So keep your eyes peeled there for all the very latest Arsenal news. Until then, have a very good day, everyone. Get that sunscreen on, enjoy yourself. If you don't even put the sun cream on, just stay out the sun, because it is absolutely cooking out there. Have a great day. I'll speak to you soon.